Hi everybody, I'm so excited to finally do this, and I'm so sorry it took me a little while to get it together, but I was overwhelmed to see how many of you wanted to learn how to make a wreath with Deco mesh. So we're going to take it step by step. First of all, we're going to start with what is called a work wreath. You can find these at Hobby Lobby, you can find them at Trees and Trends, you can find them at Michael's. They're probably somewhere in the range of $6 to $8 depending on where you get them. And then we have the Deco mesh. I got 3 different colors. I've always done 2, but I'm gonna try to incorporate 3 colors this time. And in addition to the large Deco mesh, which I believe this is 21 inches, let me see. Yes, 21 inches wide. I also got some of this pretty one, this multicolor, and this one is 11 inches, about 11 inches wide. I got that. I got some pretty ribbon. This one was my favorite. It has all the Halloween colors. And I actually found the owl that was pictured on the wreath that I showed you guys. But instead of doing that, I kind of wanted to do something that incorporated a monogram. And since we just did the wood monograms a couple of weeks ago, which by the way, those are shipping out tomorrow. Since we just did that, I wanted to kind of incorporate a monogram in the wreath. I mean, after all, we are the Monogram Divas, right? So we're going to start off with the base color, which is black. And what I do is first I start opening all of the little thingies. I don't know what these are called. I'm so sorry. My Spanish always comes into play. So we're going to start off with my base color, which is black. And basically the way I start off is I fold it in, kind of like to create a little seam. I gather it. That way the ugly edges don't show. And the easiest way to do this, guys, is just drop it on the floor. So I'm gonna start on the inside. And remember, the best thing about this is that if you don't like the way something looks, you can always go back and change it. So after you've secured the first one, just make sure it's nice and tight. You're gonna grab approximately, I would say, I don't know, maybe 10 to 12 inches. Gather it again. And depending on how fluffy you want it, you may want to go a little bit shorter. This for me is a little bit too fluffy, so I'm going to do it a little bit shorter. And I know it looks really thin right now, but I can promise you, once we add the other Deco mesh and the ribbon, you won't be able to see a whole lot. And again, as you can see, this goes relatively fast. I'm so excited about the holidays. We've got so many cute things coming up for you guys. And I know this is probably a little bit unusual for your monogrammer to be teaching you how to do this kind of stuff. But we don't want to just sell stuff. We want to do something that teaches you guys how to use some of the products that you buy from us. And teach you how to do something different. How to do something unique and definitely something you enjoy. And I know that it still looks a little bit ugly. I promise you, it's not gonna be finished that way. So here we are, second color, same method. And we're gonna start on the outer circle. So here we go. Same way we started before. Get about 10 to 12 inches. And start gathering. And while I'm doing this, I'm just thinking how incredibly grateful I am for you guys, for what God has allowed us to do in bringing you guys cute stuff, and talking to some of you guys is so much fun sometimes, and helping you pick out the best gifts. And of course, Christmas is such a crazy time around here, but it's still so rewarding to get all your emails and all your comments after everybody has opened their monogram gifts on Christmas morning. We love getting those emails. So you see, as you're going, you can kind of gauge how big or how fluffy or how small you want to go. I started off with a 24-inch work wreath, but once you finish it, you guys, depending on how much deco mesh you use, it'll end up being 30 inches easily. So we're going to start with the third color. And again, since I haven't done this before, I'm going to try to make the loops a little bit smaller. You see, I'm not using exactly, not exactly 12 inches. They're going to be a little bit shorter than that. And what we're going to do is we're going to alternate. We're going to go from the inner circle to the outer circle, inner, outer, inner, outer. Oh, and by the way, this particular deco mesh is called the Deluxe. It's more expensive, but it has a whole lot more shine, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm liking it already. Again, inner, outer, and alternate. Maybe we should do a tutorial on how to make a burlap wreath. Okay. All right. So those are 3 layers. Probably have to go back and fix some of them so they'll be a little bit more uniform. But for now, I think you get the picture how to do 3 different layers. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use our narrow one. And this is the way you do the little rolls. If you look at that picture that I posted, you see that it's got these cute little curls. Alright, so these need to be approximately 15 inches wide. And you see that what we do is we make little rolls. We roll it up, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab it in the center. We're going to twist them so they'll stand up like that. Can you see that? And then what we're going to do is we're going to add them on the outer circle. And the reason I'm doing it on the outer circle is because they'll stand out much better on the outer circle, simply because the inner circle already has black. We can go back and check and see if we want to change it. But we need 5 of these. And like I said, we're going to cut them 15 inches. Alright, so here we go. So then again, we're going to roll it. Gather it. Twist it. And put it on the outer circle. And I just want you to know that this is by no means a professional video, so you guys are just gonna have to forgive me, but I just really wanted to do this because I know there's a lot of you who enjoy crafting, and we just wanted to do something a little bit different just to show you different things you can do. And this is the time of the year that we're all decorating our homes, and we're all making them look nice and cozy, and we're all entertaining, and we're all doing things. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Let me see if I can. We're going to go inner circle only. That'll give it a little bit more depth. And see, some of these loops, exactly the same thing. If you end up with some that are too short, just pull the ribbon a little bit and make them longer. Trying to look a little bit better, isn't it? I hope you can see that. Can you see it? So now, what we're going to do is we're going to add several of these little, I don't know what to call them, little tails, and we're going to cut them 10 inches. And let's do about, we're going to scatter them everywhere so it'll look a little bit fuller. So again, 10 inches. Okay, so what we're going to do with these is we're going to fold them in half, just so we'll know where the center is. And on the edges, we're going to do a V-cut. So you just fold them in half and do a V-cut. And that gives it a nice little finished edge. Okay, so the way we do the little ties is, like I said, you just cut them 10 inches long, cut the ends in a V shape, and I ended up doing the entire inner circle and putting little bow ties, if you will. So you see now it looks so much nicer, fuller, and the only thing we're missing now is our monogram. On your monogram, basically all I did was painted a base coat, green. I used, you know, the regular craft paint that you could buy at the store for 69 cents. And then I also used Mod Podge to put the glitter on, simply because not only does it stick on and not only does it cover very well, but it also kind of seals it so the glitter does not come off. And if you do decide to go with the green, just remember that you can actually use this also for your tree topper, for your Christmas tree top. So then all we do over here is we just find a nice spot for it so it rests. Now to secure it a little bit better, I would probably use a wire, but for time purposes, I'm just doing the hot glue. But I can guarantee you, it's not going to go anywhere. There we go. And the only other thing we need is this cute little guy, just to add a little bit of pizzazz. And it actually has a clip. I got these at Michael's. I can't remember. These were like maybe $3 to $4. And just make it crawl. And there we go. That wasn't hard, right? I hope you guys really like it. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. If you could please, please, please send us pictures, we would be so grateful. Thank you so much. God bless.